down day for the markets, but Glenmark Pharma, that was one stock that did very, very well. There were some concerns in terms of margins that contracted significantly, but the management has gone ahead and said that they're sticking to their guidance. So let's quiz them a little bit, as the stock is now up 2.5% as well. So in a couple of sessions, it's up more than 7.5%. Mr. V.S. Mani, the ED and Global CFO of Glenmark Pharma, joins us to fill us in with all those details. Hi, Mr. Mani. Good morning. Thanks so much for speaking to us here on CNBC-TV18. Well, first, focusing on your guidance. You've guided for revenue growth of around 6 to around 8%. But in the 9 months, you've done close to around 3.5%. That would mean that quarter 4 has to be very, very blockbuster. If I do a rough math out there, you should do something around 3,500 crores for quarter 4. Do you stick to that guidance? Point number 1. And for the year as well, you're doing roughly around 17.5% in terms of margins. But you were guiding for a higher margin band. So quarter 4's margins could be in that vicinity of around 18.5 to around 19%. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so thanks for having me on your channel. So basically, as far as our overall guidance is concerned, okay, if you see over the last couple of quarters, consistently we have had a turnover of about 3,400, around thereabouts. Okay, so quarter 4 also we should be close to that or a little higher than that. As well as our margins, while the first quarter was a little low, the second 2 quarters we come out very close to the 18% or higher. Okay. And last quarter also we did about 17.91. So I think we believe that quarter 4 we're seeing some good opportunities, and also kind of the US business has now gone ahead. I mean, put a new base of 100 million plus. So overall, looking at all the other markets put together, we feel a little optimistic, and we feel that we should be very close to some of the targets that we have put across.
Mr. Mani, just to quiz you a little bit, a 6% growth for the year would mean you will be closer to around 3,400 crores odd. But your range is around 6 to around 8%. Do you think you can end the year closer to around the upper end? That would mean that you do around 3,600 crores for quarter 4. Is that possible?
It's possible. I mean, I think it's better that we keep it closer to 6% rather than to push it higher. If we do better, we'll be happier for that. Yeah.
Mr. Mani, good morning. And you said margins should be near, closer to 18%.
That's right.
It should be doable. And that should be the
if you look at the last 2 quarters, consistently we have done 18%. So that's what gives us the confidence that we should. And quarter 4 also we feel is a much better quarter. So if we all put together, we should be closer to that.
And 100, you said the US business is put in a base of $100 million.
Yes.
So that run rate should also be, we should take that as a given next many quarters?
Yes, I think 100 we should definitely take it as a given. I mean, the previous 2 quarters we had some challenges, but this quarter onwards we feel, we are more organized, and I feel we should be there.
All right, so $100 million quarterly run rate in the US business is a given. I guess Prashant is also asking you that because you do have some US FDA issues, right, at several plants, whether it's Goa, Monroe, Baddi as well. Can you guide us on the resolution of the import alert at the Baddi plant? What's the latest there?
So we are actually working on the remediation side, both at the Monroe plant as well as our India sites, including Baddi as well. So I think last quarter also there were quite a few of remediation effort done. Even the next quarter is going on. So I think we'll take it as it comes. But as far as we are concerned, we are doing our best in terms of the remediation. I think some of these should get resolved. And if you look at it, even our product Atuocon, the FDA has allowed us from Baddi site to be sold in the US. So I think there are a few positives that we look at it. So I think basically we feel that with the remediation, it should help us to do better in the US.
So in terms of a timeline for remediation, can we work with the first half of this calendar year, or do you think it would take longer?
I think it should be
Monroe and Baddi?
I think by the first quarter, it should be more or less, we should be there. That's what we feel.
First quarter of FY24, is it?
Yes, 23-24.
All right, Mr. Mani, you're sounding fairly confident in terms of quarter 4. Now, a couple of numbers is what I'm requesting you for. One is, what kind of an outlook for FY24, given that US business is picking up, you're seeing traction on the business, margins as well have been improving. And if you're going to be making more money, then will you reduce some debt? If yes, by how much in terms of an absolute number?
Okay. So I'll break this question into 2 parts. As far as our next year goes, basically we hope to do about 10 to 12% growth, because last couple of years, there have been, at times like there were COVID sales, or there were other things that, sort of the next year growth gets a little impacted. But we see a proper year to year. So we're looking at a 10 to 12% growth. And with the kind of work we are doing on the margin side and lower cost across some of the line items, we feel between 19 to 20% is something that we should be working towards. And obviously, this should help us to pare down some of our debt. Even if you look at it, last quarter, we've done about 100 crores in our net debt. So while we may not put a number to that, we definitely are confident we'll reduce it further.
And this debt reduction will happen via, cash flows, or do you have plans to divest some various products or some part of your business like you've done in the past?
So this will be through our internal accruals only. And as far as our products goes, what we did was basically these were tail-end brands which we, while we divested them, most of the money goes to redeployed back in our businesses.
This 12% growth that you spoke about is for FY24, correct?
Yeah, 10 to 12%, madam. That's the range.
10 to 12% for FY24. Got that. Can you also tell us whether there is any divestment of any of your brands? I mean, earlier you sold your cardiac brand to JB Chemicals, your derma brand to Eris. Any more such divestments that you have planned?
No, we do not have, and we do not. These were tail-end brands. I don't think we need to do anything.
Okay, no more divestment on the cards. Can you tell us what is the expectation in terms of Ryaltris sales? I think for FY23, the sales were expected to be around $20 to $25 million. How much can you grow that by? What could the pickup look like?
So you're right. We are trending between 20 to 25 million, and probably it's doing very well in many geographies. And in the next couple of years, we believe that it should trend towards 100 to 125 kind of $1 million sales.
All right, we'll leave it there, Mr. Mani. Appreciate you joining in, and hope to speak with you more often after quarterly numbers. Thanks.